And
so exciting.
We are live for the first time on time. Oh my God. I love to be on time. I'm a Virgo, for those of you who don't know. I love to be on time. And this is actually the first time I am managing to be on time. And
on the same page here, yeah.
Yeah. And we're just drinking tea here, right, Betty? From our beautiful cups. I'm drinking mint tea. Show me your cup. Yeah, I'm drinking mint tea. Which tea are you drinking?
Lavender, to calm my nerves, which I didn't really feel, but I thought I might be a bit nervous at the beginning, shaky, you know, and so I thought lavender would be a good choice.
Okay.
I hope I won't fall asleep. And if it's too long, maybe I will.
You know, I won't let you fall asleep.
And maybe you won't let me, actually. So
yes, definitely
good thing
not.
I have you here.
Definitely not. So we already have one person watching.
4.
Yes, 4 people watching now. So hi everybody. We are just warming up, talking about what tea we are drinking, waiting for more people to get on this video. Well, they used to call it video call, but now it's Facebook Live. Right. Yeah.
It's a new thing for me,
For you, you're doing this for the very first time, right?
Yeah, going live. Yeah, for the first time in my life.
You're such a good sport. I know why I am working with you in our team at our language school, because you're such a good sport. You're doing this for the first time. And did I ask you yesterday or today? Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, last night, actually. So
I was thinking,
I really felt, you know, I was thinking about it overnight, and then I had to tell myself to stop thinking about that because I couldn't sleep, and I was already thinking about the things we could talk about, and I was like, no, let's leave it for tomorrow. So
exactly.
Yeah, here we
are. Here we are. So let's start this interview properly. I think 8:03. Let's stick to the time. And let's do a proper introduction of you. And I'll just say, for those of you who don't know me, I am Nina. I have been teaching English for the past 15 years. And I've been running this project mainly for women. Kurzy zážitkové angličtiny. Hello, all the ladies who are watching. Please say hi here in the comments so we know who is here and who will get on the call eventually.
So I guess I don't see the comments on the YouTube.
We will see some comments here, I think.
I mean, if there are any, do I see them too?
Yes, you will see them as well. You should be able to see them. So come on, guys, say hi so we can see some comments here. And let's get to the introduction of this lady next to me. She's also been teaching for quite a while, and she's been working with me, alongside me, in my courses for women for how long, Petty, now? 6 years?
6 years.
Incredible.
Basically my whole teaching career, because we started right after finishing my university. I joined your team, and I've been with you since, so yeah.
Yeah. Is there anybody here who's watching us right now, or even if you're watching the recorded version, so you can type it in. If you've been to one of Petja's lessons or courses, or with Petra at one of the weekends, or have you ever met Petra at one of our pub nights or some Christmas parties? So you can type in.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see who will get here.
We might have there some of the fun students, because I know they've been watching all the videos and commenting and very active. So maybe.
Hopefully, yes. So anyways, back to you, because this is more about you than anyone else here.
Oh, please. No pressure.
No pressure. So you've been working with me in our courses for the past 6 years.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about teaching? Because as hopefully most people watching this know, we teach without course books. What do you like about teaching without course books? Because that's how we first connected. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's probably the energy and all the motivation that there is, because people who come to you, they know it's going to be different, and maybe they don't always know what to expect, but maybe they know what not to expect, like textbooks and like this maybe traditional way of teaching and learning. And then it all just clicks together. It's just the energy, the atmosphere, the responsibility that there is, which is different from, I mostly do company courses. So sometimes it's people who don't want to learn English at all. Just company tells them they have to. Yeah. Sometimes they do. They are there, in their
Has
free
anybody
will.
watching here? Have you been to company courses where you were thinking, "Oh my God, this is so boring"? We have both taught in company courses.
I still love teaching in company courses, because, and I think the same thing happens to you, that you like birds of feather flock together. Like you attract certain type of people, and I think it's been happening to me for past 6 years. I love most of my students. I hope they like me. They usually come to my classes regularly, but still the atmosphere is different. We meet at their workplace in these very gray meeting rooms, drinking not very nice coffee and so on. And then I come to
come here.
I come to your classroom, or I come to your flat and teach there, and it's just so different.
Yeah, and I'm in my kitchen right now, everybody.
There you are.
And I actually forgot to turn off something on my stove. So just a second. This is terrible, but this is live. Yeah.
Nina going live and making her dinner.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm
and
back.
so they.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody. This is women when we chit chat as I was getting ready. Multitasking.
Yes, there we are. So then I come to you.
Nobody's perfect.
This is life, isn't it?
Yes.
And so then I come to you, and I have all these beautiful women with such varied motivation. Like we've had women at the age of my grandma. Who just,
true.
Want to travel because they feel like they've already worked enough. They have grown-up children. I've had so many women about the same age as I am who have little kids, students.
Yeah, that's the most typical clientele in our
women.
Courses. Yeah,
I will never forget one of the students that actually wasn't like in my course. It was your course, but I was there as a guest teacher, and she was at home with her kids and studying university and doing a part-time job at the same time.
I think I know who you mean.
And she was still, attending English courses and enjoying them and working really hard. And I'm like, who are you? Superwoman.
We have so many superwomen here. We have so many superwomen here. I love teaching the women who we attract. We tend to attract hardworking women, highly motivated women. And as you mentioned, the energy that we bring here, and it's fascinating for me. And we learn from that.
And maybe one more comparison that comes to my mind with company courses, that really people sometimes they forget that it's actually their responsibility to learn. They come there and they're like, okay, tell me, what are we going to talk about today? Give me the homework that I'm going to do, but you give it to me. You tell me what to do. And, make sure that I learn, give me the test at the end so that I know that I've learned something. And it does not happen with you, I believe.
But I hope there are fewer and fewer people like this these days. And most people are starting to understand that it's their responsibility.
Absolutely.
How much they progress in English or
with any
else.
activity they do.
Any activity,
absolutely.
they have to be proactive. Yeah. So we like to push people here
a
little bit further than normal to be proactive. So my next question for you would be maybe something I have never asked you properly, deeply. Like, what actually made you think out of the box? I mean, no offense, but you are from a small place. You're not from a big city. Yes.
I'm from a country.
Yes. From a small place. I don't know if you want to name the place where you're from.
Starovice.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody knows.
Yay!
Maybe more people. Oh, definitely more people will know Hustopeče. So very close.
South
to
Moravia, wine, and the very special Mandloňovice.
Almonds, we have the Almond Garden here. Almond Trail, Almond View Tower, Almond Festival. So definitely worth coming here.
So how does a girl from Starovice start thinking out of the box? Tell me, because you do. That's why I love working with you. You are so creative and...
This is a tough one. I mean, maybe one thing that I remember from your video with Chiselle that you mentioned, that Chiselle studied the Faculty of Arts, I guess something like that, interpreting, translating. And you said that these people might be more open-minded than people coming from faculties of education.
Okay.
Which is my case. Like I was listening to it. I'm like, I'm happy that I can react to this now. Myself going live as well.
So there you go. There's this platform.
But I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I applied for Faculty of Arts, and I didn't get in because at that time my English was really bad.
Filozofická fakulta, pro ty, kteří, Faculty of Arts is Filozofická fakulta.
I excelled in the general test. I had great results, but I completely failed the English part because at that time my English was really bad.
Okay.
And so I went to Faculty of Education. Secondary teaching of English and Czech, like 2 majors. And I didn't know if I wanted to teach or not. I just knew I wanted to study languages because I think from very early age, I just understood that different cultures, traveling, meeting people with different backgrounds is just something that can really enrich your life. As I always say, broadening your horizons. Sounds very cliche, I know, but it's just true.
No,
and
not cliche for me. Still true to me as well.
And as you say, I come from a very small place, and when I started studying university, I finally got to meet so many foreigners. I could see that traveling is easy because I had never traveled much as a child.
Where did you travel, and I know you lived abroad quite a lot?
I did. So after my first year at university, I, again, very cliche, went to Scotland to a farm picking raspberries.
No, I've never done it. So.
Is it on your bucket list?
Cliche for some people. Not really. Scotland, yes. The raspberry pot, maybe in some nice restaurant, eating the raspberries. And, I'm not 20 anymore, so.
Yeah. And so that was the first time, really, being away from home, living on my own, kind of. And then during my studies, I got to go to Waco, Texas for 1 semester. As an exchange student.
So you learned there. You learned mainly when you were there, I suppose. That's where you cracked the...
It has always been just a couple of months. I was actually thinking about it today because I was expecting this question.
Okay.
And
we didn't prepare, just for you to know, nothing.
Not
because we know each other we've known each other for 6 years. We didn't prepare. No, why? This is life.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, but you prepared in your mind, so
I
you were
did.
thinking.
Yes. And of course, I learned a lot when I was traveling, not only about language, but I really think that most of my English comes from constant reading, listening, and just surrounding myself with English. You know, then of course the practice is the best thing, and that's what I did when I was living abroad temporarily. But really, it's more of what I have comes from just being in touch with the language. So maybe it could be like a little motivation for everybody who wants to improve, and they, you know, I don't have a foreign husband.
You don't.
No, like currently I live in a small town.
Yeah.
Most of my family lives very close to me. Some of my friends live abroad, but, you know, I don't have to use any English at home, which sometimes I feel is a bummer. But at the same time, it's not.
No, you kind of speak English with your daughter, I know, who is one.
Again, not that much, because, you know, I've tried. It's so artificial, as I said.
Right.
You know, if
why I never do it. People ask me, and I hardly ever do it.
I mean, we were singing some English songs yesterday. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But, you know, like speaking to her in English, it just didn't sound right. I mean, if
I don't know how
was
some
an
people
English
do
husband or something like that. But
you know, of those families where they speak English to their children or child, you know, from the very beginning, and they really stick to it. I admire that.
I admire them too, but at the same time, it just didn't work for me. The only thing I want to achieve, like language-wise or learning-wise, is for my daughter to see that learning or seeking knowledge is something that comes naturally to you. So she can like see me reading books all the time.
Yes,
I had, you know, like Ninka knows, I've started working on my Spanish again recently, and I had my first lesson last week, and so my daughter was there with me, which like
so she was like you are learning.
Yeah, like she was the biggest distraction there for me, but at the same time she could see mommy is, you know, studying. She doesn't have to, and she's still doing that. And that's all that matters to me.
That's what I always tell
and I think you know
students.
That it works, because
I always praise,
is an example.
But I also, exactly, and I always praise all the women who have kids. They come here, I say, you're not just doing it for yourselves, you are also doing it for your kids, because when your kids can see that you are learning, you are doing something, you are moving forward, which is the most natural thing for them to see, because they are constantly growing, they're constantly learning. It's on the it's basically very unnatural if you're not doing anything. If you are not educating yourself or transforming yourself somehow.
They go to school, and you tell them, well, you have to learn, and they just like, don't see why. So that's
natural.
All it is.
Natural is their way, authentic. Have you ever thought of homeschooling your daughter?
Actually, I've started thinking about it recently. It might be a way, because then you really can choose what you want to do. And, you know, like what really bugs me, that we are really like at schools, we're encouraged to work on the things that we're not very good at, instead of focusing on the things you like, you enjoy, or you simply are good at.
You're talented for, exactly.
So that's scary, isn't it? Like,
but
you're really good. You're really good with languages. Focus on chemistry. That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I hated about school. And we have so many ladies come into our courses who come to us as their last refuge, saying, I was always told, ladies who are watching, tell us in the comments if you've ever heard that being said to you or your friends or your classmates, that you are not talented for languages, you are stupid. And if you don't start learning, cramming vocabulary, drtice slovíčka, and memorizing these grammar rules, you will never be able to speak English. And it's just wrong. Yeah, this way is wrong. Because instead of supporting, this is what we are trying to do here. Instead of supporting, oh my God, we have Dasha. I see Dasha here. You met Dasha at our very first weekend from Olomouc.
Oh, yeah.
Dasha
Hi
Clark.
there.
Hi, Dasha. I can see you're watching.
A British husband, right?
Yes, Nick. Yes. Yeah. I hope the whole family is watching. Dasha, come on. Bring Nick to the screen and let him say something, say hi or something. I don't see any comments here, so maybe the app is not working properly or later. So, yes, I believe that instead of telling people that they can't do this or they made a mistake there, the way we approach it, we've seen amazing results with a bit of positive psychology, let's say. It's no woo-woo, no esoteric, crazy stuff. It's just telling people that, yes, they can.
Yeah, and helping them to find out how they can do that.
And
that's
how
all
they can do it. So I know your favorite ways are reading and listening. So
absolutely.
You are on maternity leave now. You don't have so much... so many opportunities. Just like one of my former students who just published the guest blog post on my website.
Oh yeah, I haven't read it yet,
on maternity leave. Yes. So you ladies, and there are more ladies I know out there who have young kids. And don't have so much time, so many opportunities to speak English. There are so many things you can do just by yourself. Okay, you can go to my blog, read the article. There's so many great tips.
Yeah.
But now, Petra, how would you describe your journey, and what can the other ladies do that you do? Because you're constantly working on your English, reading, listening. I know.
I do. Yeah. During the day, it's mostly listening. So as I've already mentioned, I listen to podcasts or audiobooks all the time. And that's something that I can do with my daughter at the same time, and actually kill two birds with one stone, because not only that I can basically read, because I don't have to sit down and read. I can listen to the book, so I can do other things.
Headphones, Or these things, people.
Well,
these
actually,
this is magic.
Not only with
English.
headphones at home, we just have the book on, and so my daughter gets to hear that.
Wow, that's perfect.
And I am reading at the same time, and I can even repeat what I hear if I want to. I can shadow if I want. I could shadow if I wanted, and so that's one main thing. And then with headphones, if I go out. I walk our dog. When my daughter was younger and she was sleeping a lot during the day, so I was just walking with the pram and listening to something. We've just finished listening to "Becoming" by Michelle Obama. So
oh wow!
Cheer to all intelligent, smart, beautiful women out there.
Working women. Yeah, working moms.
Yeah. So that's something.
You are definitely not just keeping your level when you listen, but improving. You learn new words.
Fluency, it helps you with your fluency so much. And with grammar, because you just hear all the structures.
The correct language.
And the correct way. And so that's one thing, listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts. And then with reading, I mean, I think I've read, since my daughter was born, I've read maybe, let's say, 2 or 3 books in hard copy. I cannot just sit down and open a book and read.
I think most moms will relate to that.
Yeah, but I have Kindle, so even if I go to bed with my daughter, I don't need to turn the light on. I can just read in the dark, and so that has helped me a lot. That I can still read when she goes to bed. I know many people have the thing with watching series, which I used to have in the past. I knew all the series, and that's something that I really miss. You know, I haven't seen the second season of Big Little Lies. Is it Big Little Lies?
Oh my God, you have to watch it.
I haven't.
Anybody here watching Big Little Lies or have seen Samuel Hashki?
I haven't finished This Is Us, which I really liked. But then my daughter was born. But, you know, so on one hand, I really miss this. But at the same time, I don't feel like having any screen time when it's my time, you know. So instead of that, I just read. So I usually go to bed about the same time as my daughter does, or a bit later, and I just read. And again, I get to read so much interesting stuff that.
So how can, if we could give some tips to people watching and hoping to improve their English, working hard on their English, tips from listening and reading. Are there any strategies that have helped you to improve your English just by
learning strategies?
You mentioned shadowing, stínování in Czech. If you'd like to maybe describe that in more detail.
You basically just listen to a little piece of the text or the audio or the recording. You pause and you repeat. So you can really, subconsciously focus on the pronunciation, on the fluency, because on the melody of the voice, because you basically
the
intonation, which is a big thing, isn't it? Like there's a big difference in the Czech and English one.
Yeah. People say that Czech people are like flat. They are not excited.
And then, I've already had many students who say they don't want to do the English way because they feel like they are exaggerating and they sound stupid and they feel like it's just pretentious and so on. But it's just the way it is. Like it's not just the words you say. It's the way you say it. It's the speed. It's the pace, the intonation, and it's the whole package. And you cannot avoid that if you want to be a good speaker of any foreign language. So
you don't have to overdo it. You should just feel comfortable. But it is part of it. Absolutely. So shadowing, I also recommend shadowing when watching TV series or movies.
Absolutely.
To follow one character. Maybe at the beginning, someone who doesn't speak too much, so it's not a sitcom, not like Friends, Přátelé, or something which is a comedy and there are double meaning jokes and things like that. But maybe an action movie where
with a lot of action. And
Matt Damon doesn't say much during the movie, but he's nice to look at and follow. And once in a while,
easy for the eyes.
He says something. Oh, I haven't watched an action movie for a long time. Anybody has any ideas for some nice short sentences from action movies? This is really cool. And then you practice. That's like nice for beginners. And as you go on, you can do more complicated stories and follow one character for 20 seconds. Try to repeat everything they say. Yeah, that's the shadowing. And that's priceless. Yeah,
it is.
You're just mirroring what the native speaker says. And you can learn different accents to understand the accents and to pronounce. Maybe that's fun for you. Some people love accents. I love accents. I always tend to wherever I am, I tend to follow that accent and sound more American if I'm in the US or more British if I'm in the UK. And so that's a fun thing to do for you in English as well. What about with reading? How do you have any strategy for reading?
What I try to use reading for is expanding my vocabulary now, because I think, and it goes for many students from a certain level where, what is the thing called intermediate plateau, where you reach the thing that it's very hard for you to improve.
Yeah.
Like you reach that level where basically you can express yourself. You're able to say everything or most things you want to say somehow. So it's very hard to improve. It's very hard to expand your vocabulary because you don't necessarily need to. And so really learning new words has been an issue for me for a very long time. So what I do with my Kindle is that, like, anytime there is a word that I want to learn, and I never choose like words that are too difficult or, you know, that would be something that I feel I would probably not use much. So I highlight the words that I want to learn or remember, and at some point, after some time, I put them in Quizlet. So there's an app that I use, Quizlet, which is for vocabulary learning. So my goal is to create a new set of words every month, 20 words per month. And that's something that I really then try to go through often and, you know, just browse the app, do some matching exercises or, you know, play a few games there. It's very playful, very intuitive app. And so that's what I've like tried to do. So that's maybe with like, that's how I try to like use reading.
You are a very active learner and you lead by example. And I think this is one of the best traits of a language teacher, when it's not just someone who passes on some grammar rules or is trying to pretend that they are interested in this. And I've met many people like this.
There's still so many teachers like that,
and
it goes both to like native and non-native speakers. And that's another thing here that some people think that only a native speaker can, you know, teach you the language, but it's not always the truth. It's more about the passion that you have for the language.
So if I could give a tip for how to choose a good English teacher or a language teacher, or it would count for anything, any teacher, I would say just look at their heart. Is there a heart in it? We always say that our first goal here in English courses is to help people fall in love with English, so they're not frustrated with it anymore. So look at their heart. Do they love the language? Are they obsessed with it like we are? I mean, people ask me after 15 years, how can you still be explaining English grammar? Isn't that boring? And I say, no, it's fascinating. Because I like when people ask me something and I'm not 100% sure, because I'm just a person like anyone else, and I maybe don't remember all the rules, or I don't know everything. I go Google it, or I ask a colleague, and I keep learning. I love it. So if
I keep forgetting, and I mean
we keep forgetting because we keep getting older. So we love to show our students that we're all human. And we all need, help. We need help with motivation. Everybody has a bit of inner motivation, and everybody needs a bit of outside motivation. So that's where we come in. But we do it with so much love, and that's so important. And willingness to say, I don't know everything. That's also a sign of a good teacher. So you are, for me, an amazing colleague in our team, because you cover all this. You're learning another language. You keep learning English. That's the most incredible thing about you, I think. Petra always has and that's absolutely priceless. Petra always has new resources, new apps, new tips for podcasts, or I don't know what. And the other day, you mentioned something about motivation, that I am big on motivation. That's what we work here with. So what was it about? I wanted to ask here and not before, so we do it live. You mentioned you've been studying some interesting resources about how people get motivated.
Confident. I think.
Oh, sorry,
that's something we talked about.
Yes, confident,
if that's what you
and
mean. I mean, motivation.
Keeping their motivation.
Evergreen.
And confidence. Sorry,
but confidence, because it just, again, it's something that really resonates with me as a non-native English speaker and as a learner of Spanish. So, because I mean, there's some things that are important, but at the same time very difficult to work on. Like, I don't know if it's only Czech traits, or I guess it's for almost everybody. We're really afraid of making mistakes, and
it's not just a Czech thing. It's
I guess
many places, but here it's very strong.
Yeah. And
what do you think, guys who are watching? Are you still afraid of making mistakes?
Yeah, and like where is this coming from? Like I am. I mean, like absolutely now speaking Spanish, but also speaking English with my colleagues, especially with the foreign ones. Like, I'm gonna sound stupid. They will think.
What are they gonna think?
Yeah,
I am an English teacher.
I shouldn't and they will know that I should not be actually teaching English. It's like always there. It's always there.
So, you people, it's even more. It's like harder on us as well. But we chose it as a profession, so no excuses.
So, this is something that's very difficult to change. That's about changing the whole mindset. It's important, but this is a long-term thing. Or if you want to improve and sound more confident, you need to practice. That's true. But, recently I read a few things. I saw a few videos about just like the little tricks, how to actually sound confident and how to like trick your mind into feeling more confident. And they are really easy. And
so can you tell us some?
It's gonna maybe like now you have like really high expectations, and
no, the simple is the best.
Basically the main thing is think about your body. Just when you're going to you're gonna speak let's say English, just try to relax your body,
open your
relax
body.
your shoulders, relax your breathing. That's a very important thing. Breathing, it just it does magic. If you just try to take a bit like deeper breathing, actually, try something like back breathing, that your breath doesn't reach only your chest, but actually your back. What else? Centering your voice. That's a good tip for women. And I do that. When I get nervous, my voice goes higher and I start speaking really fast. And that's not good when you're already nervous. You're putting yourself under more pressure. So, with a bit of practice, you can, improve that. You can work with that. So that's really simple.
But it's simple, but it's hard to crack. Because we are not disciplined and we don't remember. I forget.
Baby steps. Another really good tip, which I actually tried today, and I don't know, you have to, the viewers have to say, but like my feeling is that it really worked for me, was that, very often when you have something big coming up, like a presentation or going live,
phone call or going
live, you have this like mean inner voice that's telling you all the things that are going to go wrong. Like Nina will ask me a question that I will not have an answer to. I will make a silly grammatical mistake. I will forget some words that I want to say. I will use very basic vocabulary and people will think that I don't know what I'm doing. So instead of listening to this voice, visualize how it's going to go well. And that's what I was trying to do since last night. It was so funny, but
and you're doing well, so you did a good job.
hopefully.
What do you think, guys? Is she doing a good job?
I think I really need to comment now, like a positive one.
Okay, everybody say, Petra, you're fantastic.
So I was imagining that, we were going to have like a really fun, smart conversation that you know, is going to be beneficial for the students and useful, and that will bring some like innovative ideas that somebody
positive
will really
thinking, everything
get
very
motivated,
positive.
And you know, I was not nervous at all, because I just really felt excited about doing it, and here it is.
Wow.
So again, with just a little bit of practice, if you manage to remind yourself.
Yancha Kamenicka says, Petra, you are so great.
Thank you.
Hi, Yanni. By the way, we have a comment from Terka Malkova. Hi, Terko. She's also an English teacher. So, hi, Teresa.
Hi there.
That she's read Becoming by Michelle Obama. It's a good one. She finished it about a month ago.
Oh,
and she says, I think Michelle is an admirable woman. Absolutely.
She is.
Oh, and Jana Buchmanova. Hi, Yanni. So we have two Yanas. Amazing. Hi. So nice to see my friends and students here. And hopefully your family is going to watch the recorded version as well. And they will see that you did well.
Yeah.
So anyways, back to the tips. So positive thinking, fake it until you make it. Practice.
Yeah. I mean, another thing
thinking.
Is like if you really have something important and big coming up, rehearse. And they usually say rehearse, practice twice as much as you would do if it were your mother tongue. And I mean, it's true.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So,
and another thing, record yourself. Maybe that these two kinds of, you know, go hand in hand.
This is one of my favorite tips, because I remember doing it when I started practicing public speaking. I mentioned it here before. I wanted to lead by example. So about 7 years ago, I did my very first presentation at a big international conference, talking about how we motivate adult learners. And I was so nervous. I thought I just have to get some help. And I went to a public speaking club, Toastmasters. And before several of my speeches that I did in Toastmasters, hi, anyone who's watching from Toastmasters, love you guys. You helped me so much. So I recorded myself as well, because I was so nervous and I wanted to do well. And even me, nobody is like God. Like
born
probably think that it's
speaker.
A born public speaker. Absolutely not. You probably think that it's so easy for me. It's not. So use all these techniques, guys. You know, like we're not just saying it because it's like a cool thing to say, but because we've both tried it. And it
really is like brain chemistry. You know, if you practice these little steps, eventually it will really all work naturally to you. It will just come to you naturally. So,
yay! I know it sounds all so easy because we've been doing it all our lives. It's our profession, and such a big part of our lives. And I understand that to many of you out there, it's so hard to crack this mindset. But we're here to help.
Absolutely.
Ask, share whatever frustrations you might have. You can do it here on the business page, on the Facebook page Nina English, or you can come to our group Angličtina bez učebnic s Nina English, which is a free big group where we discuss. It's a closed group, so you can come and ask questions and discuss your frustrations with us. And we're always there to answer your questions and help, and hopefully make you feel better and make you feel like this makes this counts. This makes sense, and anything you do for your English is going to help in the end. Maybe it doesn't feel like it now, because it's such a little thing, but take many
maybe one more like very little thing that comes to my mind. It's from this video that I watched, which was like an interview with a voice coach, and she was giving all these tips. She like gathered from different celebrities, actors, you know, people who have to go out, who are in the spotlight a lot. And this was like, this tip came in the category of like dating, what can help you when you're actually dating. And what's even more, you have to like, you have to speak English. And again, a little bit of brain chemistry. Like think before the event or before the date, think these three things. I'm beautiful.
Yes.
Someone loves me, and I have a secret. And you know, like this, like I'm beautiful thing, it gives you that little sparkle because you believe in yourself. And someone loves me, it's just, you know, makes you feel like you appear to be warm, you belong,
you are enough, all of that
you're
we have
worth
problems with.
And like I have a secret. That might be that little kind of, you know, like what would you call it? Like a twinkle in your eye.
Yes, magic, something magical.
Yeah,
something magical.
And it doesn't have to be like a dirty secret or anything.
Yeah, like I have a piercing. Guess where my piercing is? Yeah, guys love that.
Yeah,
on a date.
So I'm beautiful. Someone loves me, and I have a secret. And you know, such a basic thing can really change the way you come across as a person. It's just
and then you come there,
isn't it?
And you actually
you come there with relaxed shoulders, and
with your head up
calm
high,
breathing, and you're just gonna win everybody over.
Yeah. So stepping out of the comfort zone is always where the magic happens.
Absolutely.
So you guys, you are beautiful. Petra, you are beautiful. You've done well. We've been doing this for almost 50 minutes now. So I think
hard
I'll
to
let
believe.
You go. Yes, you
I
made
can still
it.
hear my daughter downstairs, like she's still up waiting for me.
Okay, so you can go and say good night to her.
Hopefully not watching the video. Or maybe she is practicing her English, right? That's a good thing.
She's proud of mommy. She better get used to it, that her mommy is a star. So you are a star. You are beautiful. You are so loved by everyone here who comes here. Right, guys? She's amazing. And I still cannot get your secret, but you have one. And everybody has one. So don't you forget it, you beautiful, loved ladies. We all have a secret, don't we? So don't forget, you have a secret. And that's the secret is that, you know, our mantra, my English is great. So never forget that, people. Your English is great wherever it is right now, and it can only get better.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah.
So I think we can wrap this up with a nice good night.
Well, thank you everybody for watching.
You will go sing some Twinkle, Twinkle, Little
Probably,
Star, how I wonder what you are. And I'm going to watch some TV series.
Well, enjoy that. And
I will.
I hope you all enjoyed watching this, and even like in the future, not watching it live. I just hope you find something useful there.
Hi, Janša Julinkova says, hi girls, you look stunning both. Hi, Jani.
Thank you,
we have our three favorite Janas. Yes, well, she's too advanced now, you know.
She just moved up so much, I lost her. But I'm happy to lose students.
Well, that's the point. That's the point.
It is. It absolutely is.
Our point is not to keep you people here forever. The other way around. We want you out as fast as possible. Yeah. Because that makes us feel good.
Just,
like we
spreading
have
the
results.
Philosophy and repeating the mantra out there.
So, everybody's English is great. Please go and fall asleep with that into the and wake up into the new week with that feeling that your English is great, you're beautiful, you're loved, and you'll be fine. Right?
Yeah. Right.
All right. So
thank you,
Peti, have a
it was amazing.
good night. Yes,
you
it
too.
was.
You
and
too.
now everybody can go from your family and watch it and be proud of you even more.
Absolutely.
Okay,
right, thank you.
everybody.
Take care. Love you.
Ciao, bye.
Bye.